Welcome aboard the National Geographic Seabird. We're off on one of those incredible adventures that we love to do here in Baja, California. This trip we're going to spend a few days exploring just Magdalena Bay. We're going to focus on this area and nowhere else. Magdalena Bay is known as a breeding ground for gray whales. We're going to use the local pangas, we're going to use our Zodiacs. Hopefully we have time to break out the kayaks. We're going to go up the Hull Canal to La Boca Soledad.
Look at this one here. This is very nice and clean.
So it's a wonderful short adventure of 5 days. We hope we see lots of wildlife. Welcome aboard the National Geographic Seabird.
We spent our day traveling to Baja, California, and now we're arriving at the town of San Carlos, a fishing village on the Pacific side of the Baja California Peninsula. The brown pelican is king here, and it's obvious this place has gone to the birds.
Hurry back to the lounge, do a few more introductions. We have some things to tell you, and then just enjoy our first evening here on the National Geographic Seabird.
This morning we went to the mouth of Almejas Bay. We saw our first group of gray whales. This place is so important for them because in great numbers you have more opportunities to meet other whales and then mate. This particular bay is very important for some reasons. This is a mating ground for them. They're mingling, they're knowing each other, they're trying to figure it out how this whole mating works out. We see juveniles, we see adults also, but mostly single whales. It was amazing because as we were getting closer, we started to see some of the spouts, some of the blows there. We ended up seeing a lot of spy hops. So it was like an orchestra of spy hops today.
They are the only ones that have the permits and the rights to the touristic activity. And they are from here. When we go to a different lagoon, the fishermen from that community is the ones that have the permits.
Lovely.
So this is why we do this,
Yeah.
okay? And it's very important because we are supporting the local economy in that way.
We were very lucky because we saw a beautiful beach.
I want to see you, happy whale. I want to kiss you everywhere, in all your body.
had such an amazing day today. It was the first day whale watching and it was so beautiful. And we're very much looking forward to the rest of our adventure here in Baja.
We are at Santa Margarita Island. We came to the beach, and this is kind of an introduction to the desert plants. And there are two barrier islands that we're going to follow. We are in the southern part, in the southern island. The other island, which opens the mouth of Magdalena, big area, it's Magdalena Island. We have the big cardon cactus, relatives to the saguaros. They are different species. We don't have saguaros here on the peninsula. We also have some other species of cacti, some plants that just get green because of the rain. We have the choyas. We have the galloping cactus, from which we will have a fruit, an edible fruit. It's called sour pitaya. We found some prickly pears. Even if we are in a desertic environment, we can see all the green that is right now. Plants are adapted to this dry environment. So it is great to be here on Santa Margarita Island.
I hope you join me in a little cheer for the hotel department and our hotel manager, Val.
Shredding apart the wood with my bare hands. Picture of perfection, yes.
We got a lot of volunteers going out looking for firewood. I love that. That's great.
We are here at a location we like to call Sand Dollar Beach. The beach part is a nice little walk away from where the ship anchored. So to get there, we actually have the privilege of walking across a really beautiful set of sand dunes that form the middle of this barrier island that we're walking across to get to the ocean beach. Some of us have found ourselves so fascinated with the textures, the dynamics, the vegetation, the creatures in the dunes that we might not have even made it all the way to the ocean side.
Look at this one here. This one's very nice and clean here. And so these are little tiny paws, and it's in a little group of 4. This is a little hopping rodent. I'm going to take a picture of the track. And with the phone, remember, if you touch on the screen, it'll lock the focus and it'll lock the lighting.
The textures of the sand and the dunes, they're always in motion, always changing. Every time we come here, it's a little different.
We've been to beaches all over the world. This is one of the most beautiful. And dunes are spectacular. The vegetation, just beautiful.
So many different shells of different shapes, colors, sizes, and you just come upon a dune and there they are.
No matter where we travel, it's always amazing to encounter this much desolation. You feel like you've walked where no one has ever walked before.
What does that taste like? This one, the scallop, I mean, depending on the size, but it could be like this size, or some are like a piece of chicken.
A lovely walk along the open ocean beach on the Pacific Ocean side of the island as well.
my gosh, I now know the difference in terms of coyote tracks with the nails in the front, so that was cool. And then seeing the little beetles making their little zipper tracks, as Linda would call them, was totally awesome.
Great opportunity to put our feet on land for the morning in anticipation of cruising all afternoon to get to where we're going next.
It's really a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Bring binoculars if you have some, or grab the loaner binoculars from the lounge. Please be by the window at the very least, or out on deck, the sun deck if you like, or out on the bow. We're enjoying this cruise up the whole canal.
Good morning. We are here at the north end of Lopez Mateos, and this is one of the places where gray whales come to reproduce every winter. We were lucky enough to go out on Pangas and also on our Zodiacs, trying to see some of these spectacular animals. We saw some blows, we saw some spy hoppings, we saw some flukes. Most of the animals were adult animals, males and females, that come south to reproduce. They start coming south, heading to the lagoons, mothers that are pregnant and males that want to mate with females. We also had the chance to see one of the very first calves born in this lagoon. They were inside the lagoon. Mother was taking care of the calf. As fishermen said, it was the first calf born this season of the lagoon. And calf stays all time close to the mother. They need to feed. The fishermen have already named it Grisecita, what means little gray.
Seeing baby whales today completely took my breath away.
I had never seen a whale before. I went out and I saw my first whale and I was like, wow, this is amazing. I touched a whale. She was spongy and beautiful and covered in barnacles, and she hung out for a little bit.
We had an extraordinary morning out in the Boca. Everyone had incredible encounters with gray whales. We saw breaching gray whales. We saw baby gray whales.
We were very, very lucky to stay here this morning with the gray whales.
We came back for lunch and now it's time to go relax on the beach. So here we are on Isla Magdalena, way up at the northern reaches. Beautiful dunes, it's a lovely setting. Hopefully later on this afternoon we'll have some local musicians come in and give us some great entertainment. What a great way to wind down an incredible day in Magdalena Bay.
Look, we have had an absolutely purely magical week here. Coming ashore and climbing up the sand dune, not knowing what would be on the other side, and it's just more beautiful sand dunes that end up at the Pacific Ocean, and it just takes your breath away. And then I got to fly off a sand dune.
It was a beautiful afternoon. We strolled through the dunes and the light was fantastic. I got some really nice pictures of the way the wind had rearranged the sand.
Someone told me to run and leap, and so I did, because I'm on vacation. And I did a somersault landing. I felt like I was about 14, and it felt really good. And now I'm covered in sand, and I feel great. What more could I want in a vacation? I took the leap.
We might be very lucky to catch a glimpse of an actual coyote, but we do often see the traces they leave behind.
Se los acabo de cuero, allá en el rancho grande, allá donde vivía. Había una rancherita que alegre me decía, que alegre me decía. El gusto de un buen ranchero es tener un buen caballo.
Come outside, come on deck. There's quite a few whales and other wildlife around. Let's just enjoy our morning here in the Hull Canal, and we'll worry about getting a kayak briefing later on. Thanks.
Did you bring all the doubles in?
There you go.
sort of intuitively where your arms end up. You're doing a lot of short, quick, little strokes in the kayak with the paddling.
The whole trip has been totally incredible for many reasons. Dunes and the mangroves and the mountains and the sea, it's just spectacular.
Hey!
So when you paddle them, you notice as soon as you put your paddle in, it affects the tracking of the boat and goes the opposite direction that you paddle. So in order to counter that, you have to just have quick, short strokes to keep it going straight. So enjoy the solitude. Jules?
Kayaking was good. I began to realize that my age has started to slow me down.
Is that the ladies' room or the men's room? We're at the Sand Dollar Beach.
I saw the white heron and the blue heron and the immature gull.
It was our first tour with Lindblad and Cal Discoveries, and I hope the first of many because it was just wonderful starting off day one with whales and then out of the boca, the highlight getting to see the calf with the mamas, and even later the dolphins surfing off the boat and having a baby dolphin along the mama dolphin. Just couldn't ask for more.
Everything was well organized, the food was great. It just seemed like everything went well and we didn't have any problems.
The kayaking was great, perfected a new skill. It was quietly serene.
Magnificent.
It was 20 below zero in Vermont and our pipes are frozen. So we're pretty glad to be here right now.